11 days of protests come to a halt with Amma playing peacemaker. The state cabinet will call for the suspension of work at Kudankulam's nuclear plant. With
Chief Minister has also requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it.
The Prime Minister's emissary promises to take Amma's message to him. Karunanidhi echoes similar sentiments towards the centre. Bring in a balanced representation of SCs at all wards in the corporation. A petitioner moves the Madras High Court. The state government to reply in 2 weeks. Ahead of the local body polls, the Madras High Court sets aside the state government's notification on merging Tiruvembur Panchayat and the Trichy Corporation. Peddling for a local body post, this differently abled gentleman gives up his government job in a bid to serve the people of the state. With what can put a full stop to this degrading act, labourers still employed to clean the city's muck even after the High Court's stern orders. Toddler Kavita is still missing. Join her parents in their search for their little one. The child sex ratio in the state drops to 946. A UNICEF study reveals that 50% of the state's primary health centres show a declining trend. And no thanks is what Dhanush tells a Bollywood filmmaker who wanted to cast the National Award winner as Rajni Jr. in his biopic. Good evening. You've tuned into your primetime bulletin headlines now that gets you all of the news breakers, headlines and showstoppers this Wednesday evening. I'm Evelyn Matthew and these are our national headlines at this hour. Advani meets the RSS chief and says that he has got more than the Prime Minister's post amid speculation of who's the BJP's candidate in 2014. The army to the rescue again. This cheetah chopper and its officers save a stranded bus and its passengers. As politicians like Rahul Gandhi fly in, the monks of this 160-year-old monastery ask who will rebuild it. And a day after the export ban on onions was lifted, the wholesale prices go up 3 times. Despite a government assurance, it would have no impact. The fate of Tamil Nadu's nuclear plant situated in Kudankulam is now in the Prime Minister's hands. 11 days after protests and fasts by men and women in the coastal side came a reassurance from none other than the Chief Minister, Ms. Jayalalitha. Soon after which, 100 villagers who were on a fast have decided to end their hunger strike. The state cabinet has now decided to seek the suspension of work at the nuclear plant till fears are allayed. For this, a special resolution will be passed tomorrow. Representatives of the protesting lot met Amma today and were given assurances to safeguard their interests.
We had a very cordial meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. She was very patient and courteous. She listened to all our demands, and after giving a very patient hearing to our demands, she decided that she would convene the cabinet meeting tomorrow itself, and she would request the central government to stop the work at Kudankulam project until further notice, and she would also request for a team to go and meet the Honorable Prime Minister. The Minister has also requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it. We are doing it now, and we will also do it again. As soon as we reach the village, we will tell the people all the details that we have discussed with the Chief Minister and call it off one more time so that those people will also feel included in the decision making.
Now, the DMK chief, for one, seems to be on the same page as that of Amma. He welcomed the withdrawal of the hunger strike by the protesters near Kudankulam and said that the centre and the state have to uphold the assurances about the plant being used for the people's welfare. Now, the final truce today came after the Prime Minister sent Senior Minister V. Narayanaswamy to gauge local opinion and to reassure villagers in Kudankulam that their safety and their livelihood was not at risk. After his meeting with the Chief Minister, Ms. Jayalalitha, today, Mr. Narayanaswamy said he would brief the Prime Minister about the situation when he returns to Delhi. He added that it would be Dr. Manmohan Singh who would decide whether preparations at the nuclear plant should be put on hold. The first reactor was meant to become operational next month. Mr. Narayanaswamy has also met the Governor, Mr. Razaya, today and was lauded for his efforts at Kudankulam.
The Honorable Prime Minister directed me to visit Kudankulam, where the people are sitting on hunger strike, and also meet the Honorable Chief Minister, Tamil Nadu. Accordingly, I went to Kudankulam yesterday and went to the place Idinjakarai, where the people are sitting on hunger strike, and heard their views. And thereafter today morning, just now, I met the Honorable Chief Minister and explained to Honorable Chief Minister about the discussion which I had with the people who have been sitting on hunger strike. The Honorable Chief Minister also conveyed the certain message to be told to the Honorable Prime Minister. That I will be conveying the message to the Honorable Prime Minister just now.
Well, it looks like the central and the state governments have some breathing time. After 10 days of continuous protests, they finally received that breakthrough as representatives of more than 8,000 protesters at Kudankulam announced the withdrawal of their indefinite fast. A hasty decision by the protesters or a nervous central government? Well, this is seen as a clear victory for Chief Minister Jayalalitha. Day 11 of fast by the 127 protesters showed no signs of breaking. And then came the googly from the protesters' representatives.
The Chief Minister has also requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it.
This decision is believed to have come after the Chief Minister had promised to appeal to the Prime Minister and safeguard their interests. She issued a statement saying the Tamil Nadu cabinet will meet tomorrow to seek suspension of work at Kudankulam nuclear plant till people's fears are allayed. We will pass a resolution to this effect. It was also only after the Chief Minister had written a stern letter to the Prime Minister to provide a solution to this issue that Union Minister Narayanaswamy landed in Kudankulam. His assurances that the residents were priority had not impressed the protesters.
And explained to Honorable Chief Minister about the discussion which I had with the people who have been sitting on hunger strike. The Honorable Chief Minister also conveyed the certain message to be told to the Honorable Prime Minister. That I will be conveying the message to the Honorable Prime Minister just now.
I think the central government is using delaying tactics. I think the Honorable Narayanaswamy came only because of the Chief Minister's prodding.
The DMK, which had remained a silent spectator until now, welcomed the protesters' decision.
While Jayalalitha's letter to the Prime Minister on Monday itself was seen as a U-turn after her political allies began mounting pressure on her to intervene, the centre's swift response in sending down Union Minister Narayanaswamy and finally the protesters calling off their fast, all in a matter of just 72 hours. But the one person seen smiling through it all is Chief Minister Jayalalitha. But if the state government can actually continue to turn their charm on to the protesters while the centre continues to mull over strategy will have to be seen. In Chennai, with camera person Kuti Raja, Pratiksha Ramkumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, moving on to news on the forthcoming civic polls, a former councillor of the Bahujan Samaj Party has moved the Madras High Court challenging a notification issued by the Tamil Nadu government regarding local body polls. In the petition, it has been alleged that proportionate representation was not being given to people belonging to the scheduled caste and urged the Madras High Court to direct the state government to give proportionate representation to them in all the 200 wards of the Chennai corporation. Let's remind you that the corporation consists of 155 wards, but recently 45 more wards were merged, making it a complete 200. The state government has been asked to reply within 2 weeks.
BSP former councillor Mr. O.A. Nathan filed a writ petition challenging the notification issued by the government regarding a local body election, specifically for the Chennai City Municipal Corporation. This notification was issued only for the purpose of 155 wards, and following the reservation also followed only for the 155 wards. Subsequently, delimitation has been done and the area has been extended, and the ward numerical strength has been extended up to 155 to 200. The government should have given to the proportionate representation to the scheduled caste peoples according to the 243 subclass T of the Constitution of India. That was not given. It was not it is given in a deliberate manner, not in occasional.
Staying with the local body polls, a petition that challenged the government's notification merging the Tiruvembur Town Panchayat with the Trichy Corporation came up for hearing today at the Madras High Court. After hearing the petition, the High Court has set it aside. When we come back on headlines now, Chennai's squash sensation Deepika Pallikal marks her 20th birthday as one to be cherished, with her American opponent playing loser at this bash.